What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back to another one. Hope all is well. Let's look at the Big 12 record predictions for all the Big 12 football teams. You'll never guess what they're projecting Colorado to end up. And, we were talking about projections early on. A couple live chats. We was like, I was asking people, what do you think their record is going to be? And we're going to go over this. Now, the Big 12, we're going to go over all the teams, and then we're going to Colorado is the last team that they are projecting here. So let's go with Baylor first. Now, Baylor is a team that Colorado has to face this year, and they're projecting Baylor's record to be 2-10 overall and 1-8 in the Big 12. So this seems like it's a team that we definitely can win against is Baylor. And let me see, do I have their schedule in front of me? I have it on the other phone. But I think, oh, here we go. Okay, so the first game is against North Dakota State. Nebraska is our second game. The third game is Colorado State. Fourth game, Arizona. And the fifth game is Utah. And then sixth game is Baylor. Then we got Oklahoma State, Kansas State, Cincinnati, Kansas, Texas Tech, and UCF. All right, so they're projecting that the toughest games for Colorado this year is Arizona and Utah. So keep that in mind as we go down this list here. So starting off with Baylor, like I said, their record is 2-10. They're projecting, and 1-8 in the Big 12. Now, just to give a little disclaimer here, these are just projections. These are just projections, but these teams could very well surprise us. So just keep that in mind. They said the most notable games for Baylor is Utah, Air Force, and TCU. All right, so Houston Cougars. They are projected to be 3-9 in the 3-9 overall and 1-8 in the Big 12. Their most notable games is Oklahoma, Arizona, Utah. Arizona State, we're facing Arizona. We're not facing Arizona State this year. So Arizona State projected record is 4-8 and 1-8 in the Big 12. Their most notable games, they said, is versus Mississippi State, Arizona, and Utah. Next is BYU Cougars. They are projected to be 4-8 in the Big 12 and 4-8 overall and 2-7 in the Big 12. Their most notable games is SMU, Arizona, and Oklahoma State. Now we have UCF. UCF is another team that we're going to face. This UCF game is the last game of Colorado's season in 2024. UCF is projected to be 4-8 overall and 2-7 in the Big 12. Their most notable games is at Florida, Colorado, and Utah. All right, so Utah is one of their notable games on their record, UCF, and that's the last game again of the regular season for Colorado. Next is Cincinnati. Now we are facing Cincinnati, right? Yeah, we are facing Cincinnati. Their projected record is 5-7 overall and 2-7 in the Big 12. So, and like I said, we are facing Cincinnati. So let's see what else we have. Their notable games is Colorado, TCU, and Kansas State. All right, so TCU, remember we faced TCU in the first game of last season. Their projected record is 6-6 and 4-5 in the Big 12. Their most notable games is SMU, Kansas, and Texas Tech. And the next is Iowa State. Their projected record is 7-5. Let me see, are we facing Iowa State? No. So 7-5 and 5-4 in the Big 12. Their notable games is Iowa, Kansas State, and Kansas. And West Virginia, we are not facing West Virginia this year, but their projected record is 8-4 and 6-3 in the Big 12. Their most notable games is Penn State, Pitt, and Kansas. Now we're going down to Texas Tech. All right, now Texas Tech is a team that we are facing in the second to the last game of the season. Their projected record is 9-3 overall and 6-3 in the Big 12. Their most notable games is Washington State, Arizona, and Colorado. So that Colorado game and Texas Tech, I think, is going to be a good game as well. And I'm also going to tell you which games that I think is going to be the hardest at the end. Kansas State Wildcats. And their projected record is 9-3 and 6-3 in the Big 12. Their most notable games is Arizona, Kansas, and Colorado. All right. Kansas Jayhawks. Their projected record is 9-3, 6-3 in the Big 12. And their most notable games is versus Colorado, and then Kansas State and Iowa State. And we have Arizona Wildcats. Their projected record is 10-2, 8-1 in the Big 12. Their most notable games is Kansas State, Arizona State, and Colorado. Now we got Utah. Their projected record is 12-0, 12-0 and 9-0 in the Pac-12. So they're still in the Pac-12, but they face us this year, and their projected record is 9-0. Their most notable games is Utah State, Colorado, and Arizona. Oklahoma State Cowboys, their projected record is 10-2 and 7-2 in the Big 12. Okay. Their most notable games is Arkansas, Colorado, and Kansas State. Now, the last they have on the list is Colorado. Their projected record is 10-2. What you guys think about that? I think so. I want to say they should go 10-2 this year. Their projected record is 10-2 and 7-2 in the Big 12. So they're projected to lose their games in conference play. And their most notable games is Nebraska, Oklahoma State, and Utah. So with that being said, what do I think is the key games out of their record? Because people saying this is a very comfortable comfortable schedule here. I'm looking at the number one team that's going to give us problems is Utah. They're going to have Cam Rising back, just depending on how healthy they are. But they're projected to run the table this year and go go just undefeated. Okay, so Utah, I honestly think Utah is going to give us a run for the money. And another team that I think is going to give us a run for the money, believe it or not, is Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the 7th game of the season. And that's a home game. I think that's going to be a tough game. Okay. But I think that's a game that they can pull off, but that's going to be a tough game. Another tough game, I think, is going to be Arizona, which I think we may lose to, but that's going to be a tough game as well, Arizona. So don't count Arizona out. And who else here that I think is going to give us a run here? Arizona. Yeah, I already said Arizona. I already said that. Who else? I honestly think Kansas. That's the third to the last game of the season. I think Kansas is going to be a very competitive game as well. So look out for Kansas. And believe it or not, Nebraska and Colorado State. I think that because remember, all these teams are bringing their A games against Colorado. And I think those are going to be highly competitive games as well. But it should be games that they pull off. But the Nebraska and Colorado game is away games. And I think those are going to be very competitive as well. But despite all of that, I think they can still go 10-2. It's going to be a hard 10-2 though, but I believe they can get 10-2. And my question is, if they go 10-2, is that a playoff team? That's my question to you. Because if they go 10-2, they could possibly win the conference. They could possibly win the conference. But like I said, this is going to be a situation they have to take each game each game as they come. That's it, really. Let me see. Did I say Cincinnati? Kansas State? Yeah, all these games are going to be competitive, man. Really, I'm just telling you, they are. We don't play West Virginia. We don't play Iowa State. We don't play TCU. Cincinnati is not going to be a problem. I don't think that's going to be a problem at all. UCF is not going to be a problem, and that's the last game of the season. So yeah, I think it's possible that they can go 10-2. It's very possible. It's going to be a lot. Like I said, it's going to be a lot of competitive games this year. Believe it or not, it's going to be competitive, but I think they can pull it out. What say you? What do you guys think? I like how the training is going so far. I do like the training, and they got a lot of key players coming back that's only going to get stronger and better, and they could be peaking this year and to be superstars. Now, speaking of Travis Hunter, do you think he's going to play a record number of snaps this year like he did last year? I believe he is. I believe he's going to play both sides of the ball just like he did last year. And so that's not going to be a change there. But the biggest change on this team is the offensive line. That's the biggest change of the team, the offensive line. And it looks like they got that correct. And they're fixing the run game, right? When you fix the offensive line, you fix the run game. And they had to fix stopping the run. And they bringing on some key additions to the team where they could stop the run as well. So that's an overall improvement. Just think about it. They won 4 games just off putting the team together and not protecting the quarterback. So imagine they protect the quarterback, that win total should go up. And with an adequate running game, and Alton McCaskill is going to be healthy. So I honestly believe that, since Alton McCaskill is going to be healthy, go with Alton and Dillon. And they got Savion, and we got the freshman. So we're very good in that run game department. Still no defensive coordinator yet. They did pick up another key component to that defensive line, but still no defensive coordinator yet. No word of Warren Sapp either. So that's what we have so far. So yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that this is possible, 10-2? Let me know if this is possible. I honestly think it is possible to go 10-2. I think so. I think it's possible. And listen, all they got to do now is just start winning. That's all they got to do. They just got to start winning, and things are just going to really go to the stratosphere. They just really going to blow up. They just got to win. And this year, like Coach Prime said, it's all about expectations. What are we expecting this year? What is the identity of the team? What are we expecting? What are we expecting to do? Last year the theme was we're coming, but they've been here now and revamped. We're coming. I would say they're coming and they're revamped. So, yeah, man, I honestly think I expect big things this year. I really do. I expect big things. I'm going to come back and see who the potential defensive starters are. I'm going to go with that. As a matter of fact, why don't we talk about that right now? The potential defensive starters. Let's see. I can tell you right now, the safety position, of course, Shiloh. And not sure who that other safety is. I think I'm going to have to come back. I'm going to have to think about that. I'm definitely going to have to come back to you on that. Yeah, definitely. So let's go by position. So obviously you got Travis Hunter. He's starting. Yeah, even the roster hasn't really been updated yet. So I think I'm going to have to come back and really just think about it. Yeah, I'm really going to have to think about this. and see what the possibilities are. And then I will get back to you. Because they don't even have the 24-25 season out yet. Yeah, I mean, rosters updated yet. So yeah, definitely their website hasn't been updated. Colorado, you gotta update your website at some point. But yeah, I'm gonna come back and give it some thought and tell you who I think the starters is gonna be, in my opinion. But it's up, man. The possibilities is up this year, and it's all you can ask for. So yeah, definitely that last game UCF should be a easy game, I think. But don't sleep on UCF though as well. So yeah, I'm looking at the record, man. I think North Dakota State. I think that's going to be definitely a good win there. That's the first home game. That's the first game. That's a home game. And then the next games after that, we got 3 away games. And then they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They got 5 consecutive home games. And then the last 3 games is our way. So that's what the record is looking like, man, for Coach Prime's second season as the head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes. So yeah, man, we're going to see. And I think each season, like I had said last season, each season is going to build upon the last season. And I honestly think by season 4, they should be in really good contention at that point. Unfortunately, we're not going to have Shador, but I think they're still going to be in contention and they're going to be okay. And also another thing I want to say, when Shador and them posted that video, well, Bucky posted a video that they're buying their dad a house, that clears up all the rumors there if he's going to stay or not. So I think they were strategic in doing that. Yeah, they was really strategic in doing that, by putting that video out. So now what are these coaches going to say now to the recruits? Is he leaving? Well, he just purchased a house there. So I think he's there for the long haul. He signed 5 years, right? I think he's going to fulfill his obligations for 5 years. And after that, we're going to see what happens. Or he could sign a long-term extension, a very lucrative long-term extension, but that's yet to be seen. But we'll see in the future what holds there. But right now, I think he's going to live out the obligation of his contract and see what's what. So yeah, man, this team is on the rise, and I think let them go 10-2 and watch how all the recruits are coming in. If they go 10-2, because now they're going to be looked at. Okay, these guys over there really winning. These guys over there really winning. So let's maybe we want to join a board, And they're still going to be the talk of the town, even in season 3. But definitely this upcoming season, they're going to be the talk of the town. They're going to be featured on. Maybe game day is coming back, I'm pretty sure. And so, yeah, man, you definitely got a couple stars on that team to look out for this year. Travis Hunter, Shador, Shiloh, of course, Jordan Seaton. A lot of people want to see what is the true freshman offensive lineman. What is he capable of? What is he going to do? So they definitely going to have a lot of storylines other than Shador and Travis, to look at. So that is my opinion on it. Guys would say you. Drop a comment below. Let me know how you feel. Please give us a like before you leave. Also subscribe. And also I want to take this time to say thank you. We reached 11,000 subscribers. We did. Reached 11,000 subscribers. That's a milestone on the channel. And I want to thank you guys for subscribing and listening and interacting when we go live. Also in the comment section. All of that has been greatly appreciated by me. 11,000, man. I'm going to see you at 12,000. We're at 11,000, man. 11,000. I remember my first subscriber. It's actually a friend of mine. My very first subscriber, man. Because I told her, hey, I'm about to start a new channel. Subscribe real quick. So I can feel good having at least one subscriber. But now, 10,999 since that. We reached 11,000. So thank you for that. Thank you for participating and stuff in the live chats. And I think later on I might have a panel or something. I'm not sure yet. It just depends on how my schedule looks. But guys, I will see you in the next one.